Good afternoon. Hi, and happy Friday. Welcome. We are coming back for our Go e-commerce Pocket Talk. This is our 12th series. Our last series, we stopped at an amazing event, Go e-commerce Pocket Talk we had, which is learning how to use Canva Pro. So I'm in talks with Daniel. Hopefully, the next session of Canva Pro will teach you how to use the brand kit by using Canva. So that was what requested by the audience about using brand kit to the audience. Now, this event is recorded and it will be saved, published later in YouTube channel, and the slides will also be shared to those registered in this Zoom session. Anybody that's attended more than 10 minutes will send over the PDF slides by the presenter and speakers. This afternoon, we have FedEx approached us to share that they have something to share to the audiences because there is some increasing demand. Sellers would like to go and sell in Australia. So we also have the team in FedEx who are from the clearance team, because usually when we do talks like this to go to export, majority of you will ask questions about, can you send liquid, can you send motor oil or hair dye? So I've already pre-alerted them. Now in October, FedEx is our first one to kick off our Go e-commerce Pocket Talk Series 12. Next week, we have a very interesting topic, but we shared it to the enablers just now. It's called the experiential e-commerce about augmented reality. Following week, we have another one that is Green Ocean Strategy by EcoShare. So you know red ocean, you know blue ocean, you know black ocean. So this time we have green ocean, okay, something new. 22nd of October, we have going to Middle East via eRoman. You very commonly known eRoman. They will also share that they've already in collaboration with Amazon Middle East. So Amazon AE. So how does that work? You all stay tuned. But FedEx is giving some interesting door gift, all right? And interesting vouchers, credit vouchers as well for your FedEx account, but I won't say that a lot. And also, I was hoping to get a link for you all just now to get a free, no obligation blood test from our e-commerce ecosystem. Let me get that. If this is about mental health, now that we're going back to work, is another shift of mental health that we had from home. So they would like to ensure what you owe to your health, it's a good results on your to have a good analysis of your blood test. So it's free, but it's no obligation. So you need to have that. Now it's towards the year end, so it's best to have that. So with here, I'm going, my colleague is here, Rizwan. So your Q&A, your questions, always put in the Q&A section so that Rizwan can track and the FedEx team can take a look at your questions and they can answer live by typing it, or later the presenter we will ask a question with Rizwan. I want to cue Stella and Jessica. Jessica, get ready your slides. Let me make my colleague co-host first. And Jessica, yes, I'm going to add a pin here. And Jessica, you are free to share now your slides. Okay. So Stella, introduce yourself first while Jessica shares the screen.
Thank you, Carol.
No problem.
Good afternoon to all of you. You can call me Stella. Today, allow me and my team to take you through a journey that will make going to Australia as easy as ABC. We want you to leave the logistic to us and you to concentrate in what matters, your products. So in the next 45 minutes, be with me. And after that, please ask all the questions that you have in the chat box. Jessica, you ready? Okay. FedEx serves over 220 countries. We connect the world through our hubs in China and Singapore. We move and deliver your shipments on door-to-door basis. We pick up your shipment, we fly them with our own planes, and we clear them through customs, and finally, deliver it direct to your customers. Today, we are here to talk about two countries, and there are Malaysia and Australia. You may know everything about Malaysia, so let's hear a bit about Australia. I'm quite sure there are few groups in here today, ranging from knowing the Australian market very well, thinking to enter the market, or you are completely new to Australia. So let's go through some facts before the more exciting stuff later. Australia is the 10th largest market for e-commerce with a revenue of USD 27 billion in 2020. They are predicted to have compound annual growth rate of 8% for the next 4 years. Current population of Australia is 26 million, with 50% of the population concentrated in 5 main cities. What is more interesting is that based on the research by Statista Australia, has a penetration of about 73% e-commerce users. This is translated to each person spend about 1,200 USD per year on e-commerce and with high growth potential. So don't wait, make the right choice to grab the opportunities. In Australia, we offer a wide range of services, both internal and domestic services. To help you select what suits you and your business best, we categorize our key capabilities into 4 segments, which are time-critical services, time and day definite services, freight services, and other services. For your utmost urgent shipments, you can select the time-critical services such as dedicated vehicles, next flight out, onboard courier, mission-critical, fail-safe, as well as taxi trucks and local courier, which are specially arranged to cater to your needs. If you have parcels or heavy shipments where speed is important, you can go for time and day definite services. While freight services would be ideal if you have bulky freight shipments, and you can either opt for air, road, or sea freight. In case you have special requirements such as dangerous goods, returns shipment, service logistic, and direct distributions, feel free to contact FedEx for more information. Now, you know more about the potential of Australia, and you know what FedEx can do to help you. But the question remains, what should I choose to deliver my e-commerce products? This is where our team can help you, our team of customer experience colleagues, just a phone call away. And most importantly, you are always welcome to reach out to our friendly sales team anytime, anywhere. To begin, ask yourself, do you go for speed first or value for money? Are you shipping something bulky and heavy? Or are you interested to have your products being sent and delivered to your various point of customers in various locations in Australia? Now, if your customer do not mind the slightest longer transit time, then you may consider international economy freight, or FedEx International Connect Plus. Interested to know more? Just scan the QR code and it will bring you to our webpage for services. You will be able to access more FedEx information at your convenience. After choosing the right way to move, now you're ready to move. Since this is the cross-border movement, shipments will need to follow Australia customs procedure to be imported into Australia. Starting with the most basic of the shipper's information, including email and phone number. One would always also needs to provide the description and the value of the items. Your shipments are less than or equal to 1,000 Aussie dollars. It is considered as low value and will be customs cleared under express clearance. To ensure a smooth clearance handling, do make sure all the relevant documents related to your shipments are sent out together. However, do keep in mind that if goods are restricted or control items, the shipment needs to go under formal clearance. Now, let's take a look at some key considerations your business should indicate in customs documentations. The least you want is having your shipment being caged or delayed at destinations. Therefore, it is strongly encouraged to provide a full shipper name and full consignee name, as well as contact information. Similarly, for commercial invoice, the best is to provide with detailed commodities, descriptions by indicating the commodity name, itemize them, and provide the purpose of this commodity. How many units or quantity in the cartons with its unit price has to be precise in order to prevent any issue at the customs. Important note, zero value is not acceptable. Even the item is supplied free of charge, and pro forma invoice is not acceptable. Stating the country of origin is crucial because it applies to understand where the origin the country is and its international trade rules. You may indicate the harmonized code if you have, as it is available for government offices to identify and classify the products in customs clearance system. We talk a bit about low value shipment moving into Australia, which will be more easily adopted for e-commerce. However, other than express clearance, if your shipments are valued at above 1,000 Aussie dollars, then the official customs declarations needs to be in place, and there will be sales tax charges incurred. From 1st July 2018, the Australian government has imposed a 10% goods and services tax, GST, on good values at 1,000 Aussie dollars or less, which have been imported by consumers into Australia. GST liabilities will be on merchants who sell goods valued at less or equals than 1,000 Aussie dollars to an Australian consumer. Now, this applies to merchants who deliver or facilitate the delivery of low-value goods into Australia, such as electronic distribution platform operators or redeliverers. Any alcohol and tobacco shipments, regardless of the value, would also be subject for duty and tax. The Australian Border Force, ABF, apply an import processing charge, which is in short, we call it IPC, if an import declaration is made. So any shipments declared value between 1,001 to 9,999 Aussie dollars, IPC charge would be $8 per consignment. And what if the shipments declared is more than 10,000? It would be charged at $185 per consignment. Just for your information, that FedEx would apply a fee for high-value shipments that requires formal entry. Retailers are dictated by the Australian Tax Office, ATO, to register for GST payment. Submissions of GST payment is on a quarterly basis to ATO, and it is the same process, be it via postal, courier, or direct entry solutions. Merchants with annual sales into Australia of 75,000 Aussie dollars or more will be required to comply with new legislation by registering for GST, collecting GST at time of each sales, and remitting same to the Australian Tax Office, ATO. The legislation also requires merchants to provide specific information to the transporter of each shipment that has attracted GST. You may find out more on GST, duty, and taxes on ATO official website, and you may also check out FedEx portal for service delays and regulatory updates. Now here comes the interesting part. FedEx Broker Select Options, or short BSO. It gives you the flexibility to choose between FedEx or your own brokers to clear customs and do the last mile delivery. One thing to note that any personal effect shipments into Australia is to be cleared under BSO service only. When BSO is selected, your shipment will route to broker's location for clearance first before going into your consignee. Once it is cleared, you have options, whether to have FedEx to do the last mile of delivery or your broker's designated agent to do so. So what do you do if you want to go for broker select options? During the everywhere preparations, the shipper would be able to see the option and need to select it accordingly. The next step that shipper needs to do is to fill up the destination broker's full name, full address, and contact number. Now, preferably it is the mobile number as it is easier to reach. Bear in mind that a valid and contactable number is advisable so that the handover and clearance do not fall behind schedule. ADF, or better known as advanced deferment fees, is a fixed fee for administration. 55 Aussie dollars would be incurred for BSO handling. In case shipment still unclear after 48 hours of shipment arrival, a storage fee of Aussie dollars 38.5 would be charged on daily basis. Now the choice is yours whether to have FedEx clear and deliver at your consignee doorsteps or opt for broker. Hope that you find the sharing on clearance tips beneficial. And now I would like to pass the floor to Mr. Mark, our marketing manager from Hong Kong, to share with you an interesting sharing. But before that, please take a moment to enjoy this video. Jessica?
Streamline your e-commerce business today with FedEx Compatible and Alliance program. Quick, easy, simple. The e-commerce landscape involves several different touch points to support merchants running an online business. Listing of products on marketplaces, building brand websites using e-commerce platforms, or selling directly on social media platforms. As businesses continue to scale, there are additional tools such as payment gateways, digital marketing, warehouse management system, etc. With the FedEx Compatible and Alliance program, merchants can directly print labels for all their orders with no development needed. The program provides a quick and easy solution to have FedEx integrated with e-commerce channels. Together, we drive the strong growth in e-commerce.
Thank you, Stella. Hi, everyone. Mark here, part of the e-commerce marketing team at FedEx. And today I will share some information around the exciting new program we could see in the video, more specifically, the Compatible program. So with the Compatible program, our vision is to simplify the way e-commerce merchants connect and ship with FedEx. Looking at today's e-commerce landscape, there's almost an unlimited amount of ways an e-commerce business can create a storefront, list and sell their goods online. This can be done through a dedicated web shop, an international or domestic marketplace, through social media channels, and so on. Sellers are today not only using one, but several of these different channels to maximize their reach. By doing this, sellers make sure that they are available where their sellers are. Where their buyers are. But once orders are being generated, sellers of course need to manage those orders and make sure that they can be shipped to their buyers. Now, in the past, to generate shipping labels, too early to change slide. In the past, to generate shipping labels, sellers would need to manually create orders on FedEx.com. Using the information from the selling platform, got a bit confused there. Sellers would need to manually create their orders on FedEx.com using the information from the selling platform, or need to develop an integration with FedEx for each platform. Now, with the Compatible program, as a seller, you can easily integrate directly with these platforms. That means you can spend time on the fun stuff, building your business and not manually creating shipping labels. Now, this challenge is common with e-commerce sellers today, which in turn has created a new niche of cloud-based services called shipping platforms. These online platforms help sellers automate order management by integrating quickly and easily with marketplaces and e-commerce platforms. The platforms also allow sellers to integrate easily with express carriers and postal services. In a nutshell, they provide one online software which allows you to manage your orders from multiple channels in a single dashboard, while creating labels through simple steps. With the Compatible program, FedEx has launched partnerships with more than 20 such partners, some of which we can see the logos on this slide at the bottom right corner. These partners range from dedicated ERP systems, online shipping platforms, and free of charge Shopify apps that allow you to easily access your FedEx rates and services independent of where you're selling. An updated list of all our partners can always be found on fedex.com under the Compatible pages. Now, to further help illustrate what this means for an e-commerce seller, let's go to the next slide. So at the top, basically, let's say that I am an online seller and I'm selling through one or several of the listed channels in the box below. So Wix, Shopmatic, eBay, Magento, Shopify, or whatsoever. I'm now able to register with one of the enablers or connectors, so the compatible providers in the middle, easily integrate with any of these e-commerce platforms. This means that I'm able to import orders from all of these or one of these to one dashboard, one system. Now, similarly, I can also integrate with the FedEx API only using my credentials, so my 9-digit account number and my related address information. This gives me access to quotations, labels, pickups, ETD, and so forth. Meaning for every order that I import, I can directly see what would the shipping cost be, what is the transit time, I can purchase my label, I can print my label, and the best thing is, once the label is purchased and printed, all that related shipping information will be uploaded back to the channel of sales. So if I sell on Shopify, Shopify will immediately be updated with the tracking number from the FedEx shipment. This allows FedEx merchants to sell anywhere, connect easily, and ship everywhere. With that, it concludes my presentation around compatibles, and I will hand it back to Stella to continue the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark. Now that you have heard from Mark on the FedEx can support on your e-commerce platform, let me share with you on our e-commerce shipping service called FICP, which stands for FedEx International Connect Plus. FICP is our new B2C e-commerce delivery service, which allows you to connect with your customers. We designed FICP with you and your customer in mind, connecting the dots to get the right transit time, cost operating model, and automations. With this, we provide a unique value proposition to you and your customers. With our FICP launch, we tailor across 10 EMEA markets: China, Hong Kong, Australia, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and India, and are now empowered with shipping solutions that offer both attractive price and competitive transit time. We know that our e-commerce customers do not only look for delivery service, instead they look for end-to-end solution, a solution that connects you seamlessly with your online shoppers. FICP offer a day-definite and cost-effective solution for merchants and convenient delivery options for consignee with our delivery duty paid and locker delivery features. If you need a day-definite service which has a transit time between 1 to 4 days, FICP is the solution to your shipping needs. FICP connects FedEx to our e-commerce customers who in turn connect with their customers. With the service offering at FedEx Express transit time, value for money, multiple delivery options, automation, integration, and tracking visibility. All these features combined will prepare our e-commerce customers for what's next. From Malaysia, we have FICP services to China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Korea, Japan, Australia, Taiwan, and Thailand, and from all these countries into Malaysia as well. This will allow our e-commerce customers to expand from and into these countries. FICP service will continue to grow, hence stay tuned and there will be more to come in near future. To sign up for FICP, there are 2 simple steps. The first one is to have FedEx account executive to share more information on FICP with you and have you prepared to sign up on FICP with your personalized rate and FedEx account. Step 2, you can also get more information on FICP in our website under our shipping tools. What's next? Now, do you see the plane and also the truck magnets in the middle of the slides here? As simple as just scan the QR code and give up some of the simple feedback from you into the feedback form. It will only take less than a minute or less. So this is a token of appreciation from FedEx. We will send it to your doorsteps. And if you're among the first 50 participants to open a brand new account, you would be in the running to grab our 200 ringgit Malaysia shipping voucher for your first shipment, which is tied to the newly opened account. So take action now before the vouchers actually runs out. Before we go, there are some frequently asked questions that you might be interested to know. The first question here is, can liquid motor oils be imported into Australia? And what are the requirements? The answer to this is, liquid motor oils or lubricants are considered as dangerous goods, DG in short, and it will need to complete material safety data sheets, MSDS, for proper verifications and compliance to our IATA dangerous goods requirements. Please call our FedEx customer service hotline and speak to our dangerous goods specialist for further advice before shipping. Here comes question number 2. Sometimes clearance delay in Australia and shipments gets returned without prior notice or reason. So what is the return to shipper policy and how many days for uncleared shipments to be returned? Now, the answer to this is 5 days starting from the date of arrival as per FedEx policy. The third question here and also the last FAQ is, what are the clearance requirements for importing skincare, supplements, and cosmetic products to Australia? Now, for any skincare, supplements, or cosmetic products, please provide full product descriptions, illustrative descriptive material, and ingredient list for supplements. Australia Border Force has a list of prohibited substances on their website. Here are the ABF sites where you can do some research. But please note that they will not list all the chemicals though. Any supplements, medicine, pharma, or chemical that ABF considers prohibited may be referred to Therapeutic Goods Administration. Once that happens, clearance can take weeks, if not months. In this last slide here is showing some useful Australian government agencies links that you can refer after this. Okay, that's all the sharing for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Do e-commerce to Australia, call FedEx. Thank you. With that,
Jessica?
I'll pass back the floor to Carol.
Thank you. Jessica, hold the slide on the QR codes, the offer for the audiences. There has been a request by Jennifer to hold that slide while we do the Q&A. Okay. Rizwan, are you still busy collecting data for our office? Are you able to moderate the Q&A? Oh, there, you're here now.
Unfortunately, I'm still
okay.
Sorry.
You go ahead first. You go ahead first. Okay.
Okay. Sorry,
all right.
guys.
So we have because Parliament is open and all, so Rizwan have to churn out some Power BI data to the audiences now, to the ministers. Okay. Now I'm going to ask the audiences. You have any questions? Please post it on the Q&A. So somebody will have to answer from the FedEx team. Okay. Question is open to Jeffrey. Nazmi, you can adjust the middle ledge. Oh, okay. This is nothing to do with the question. Answer live, done. How is FedEx dealing with shipments that incurred AQIS? Is that for, what is AQIS? AQIS, anonymous attendee. Can we send bird nest to Australia, FedEx team? Who can answer? Somebody is in mute.
Thanks, Carol. Maybe this answer, these questions I would ask Sunil to share.
Okay.
Hi, Carol, and to all the members here. Maybe let me take this question. I see a lot of common question regarding food, and basically there is a requirement to apply for the license first for the inbound to Australia before shipping out the food product. And of course, bird nest will fall under this requirement, along with other regulation for food. Now, on top of that, in the shipping out of bird nest, there's also some form of control outbound from Malaysia, specific for bird nest. So if it is a commercial, sending it out as a commercial item, then there will be this form of outbound requirement release from the Malaysian authority as well. So there's two areas that need to be looked at in terms of bird nest shipping.
Okay.
But generally, if it's food, there need to be a application to the Australia side for the entry of the food item.
So let's say, Kahau, I want to send bird nest, but this is maybe to my family over in Australia. What kind of documentation would you need from me if I were already buying this from, let's say, a local store, and I would like to send it over to Australia to my family? How does that work? Let's say for personal.
Yeah, I will share a website over here in the chat box. Can I share it in the chat box?
Yes, please share that on the chat box, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, that is the website at the Australia end. Commonly used for food entry.
Okay.
So
Thanks for that.
food is a little bit complex for entry into Australia.
Yeah.
So even when you want to carry on food shipments, there's a lot of checking going in, especially agriculture products, because I think there's a very strong control in that sense.
Does FedEx has a customer support team to guide, callers maybe, or new subscribers to FedEx, to guide them into this, to help them into successfully shipment of the goods?
Yes, we actually have a very strong customer experience team.
Okay, good. Now, I'm going to choose the question from Jonathan Rosario. Does handmade soaps require product notification registration in Australia first before I can ship there? Who can answer that?
That is too technical for me. I need the specialist from Australia, Nihil, to take that on. Maybe that may be answered through the chat window.
Okay.
Nihil is catching up in typing in all the answers.
Correct.
So
yeah.
there's a lot of time.
So this is a question very easy maybe for you all that I chose. What is the shipping rates, let's say walk-in, from Malaysia to the Australia? What is the walk-in rates right now? So don't tell, you have published rates, so maybe the audience here later will have a very special rates if they have the volume. So what is the walk-in rates right now, published rates to Australia? Anyone?
Yeah, Ko Tang Sung, can I actually address it to you separately? Because if we were to check on the 1 kg to Australia, Melbourne, there are various services like we mentioned just now. So the cheapest, not to say the cheapest, but then the one that you go for the most economical would be our international economy. So we can take that off in terms of the rates separately. Yeah, Mr. Ko.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go and address that to Mr. Cheong Leong Lee. I saw that. So
Ko Tak
yeah.
Song, I think.
Ko Tak Song is our Mr. Ko lah,
Mr. Ko.
from e-commerce lah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, please go back to them. Now, price is very sensitive to talk over here with FedEx because it's a corporate culture lah of FedEx and DHL and any of the courier companies lah, price sensitive. So when you ask something in the question about price, they'll come back to you personally. So I hope that FedEx team will personally type in the address for them, or it can be typed personally to them. Okay.
Can
Now,
I like woman with age?
yeah. You can ask my age. You done already, this one. You
No,
done
yeah,
already.
yeah. Processing.
Processing. Okay.
I'm hearing.
Oh, you're hearing. Okay. Now there is one more questions. Mark is already answering about what are the e-commerce platform that are working with FedEx. So those are the selling platform. I saw some Shopify. I saw eBay. Hilmi is asking, what product can we send in? No problem. You can type. Jessica, can you push in the slides on the e-commerce selling platform just now that was shown by shared by Mark? That FedEx is API with. While that, I'm looking at Hilmi's question. What product can we send directly to Australia without any regulation compliance? Wow, Hilmi, cannot leh. I don't think can leh. You have to have that regulation unless I send documents. Does documents need regulation compliance, FedEx team?
If it's basically just a document, for example, you are sending a letter, then you just need an airway bill to clearly define that this is just a document. Now, however, there are also things like printed material, which custom can look at it very differently because printed material can be books, can be magazine. So there is some slight differentiation in terms of just pure documents were compared versus letters. So that is basically the classification from custom, not FedEx. So we comply to how they classify things.
So let's say if they were to send clothing, fashion, as simple as a cotton bud and all this, you have to declare it, right, in your airway bill, for example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So if it is shipments which are none other than document, then you need an additional shipping document to ship it together with your shipment, and that's what we call the commercial invoice. So on top of the airway bill, the need is to provide the commercial invoice. Now, I also see that there's a question asked previously, I think about, hey, I'm just sending some samples. So can I send samples and have a zero value to it? Now, how the answer is we really cannot put a zero value even though it is samples. So there is a need to assign a nominal value to even just the samples.
Okay, so if it's samples, they still have to prepare the list, the value. I know it is a sample as just now Stella was saying, pro forma invoice is not is a no-no, right?
Yep. So they need
What kind of document?
It need to be reflected as commercial invoice.
Commercial
and
invoice.
Not pro forma invoice.
So meaning, while you're sending samples, your commercial invoice must put their samples. But do they need to put the value? It's zero, right? So their invoice is just zero lah, because it's a samples in the description.
Yeah, but they custom that basically don't accept a zero value shipment. So they need to put a nominal value to it.
Nominal value, so the most basic nominal value. This is for customs requirements. So Samples, regardless of what samples, your documentation must have a full commercial invoice at a nominal value for customs reference, okay? Hilmi asked that just now when we were talking about declaration of goods, you want to declare. I believe that if it's a non-food items, that is common generic product, then you would just have to declare. For example, I'm sending documents or books, then I would just say books. If I'm sending a DVD, I'm putting there as DVD. So these are some of the items that he's confused whether or not if he were to send food, then there will be some declaration needed. Is that right, Kaho?
Yes, if you were to send food, I think prior to sending, there need to be an application to the website that I just shared, Bicon Agriculture. So I think there will be likely be some permits that or clarification what are the food items that we can send with or without a permit. Then after that, with that, then it only goes back to the custom for the border control for the duty and tax tariff.
Oh, what is the de minimis value for in Australia? Carmen is asking.
Oh, the de minimis value for Australia is very high. It's Aussie 1,000.
Wow.
So among the majority of the APAC countries, so Australia is one of the highest. So in terms of e-commerce product, I think it is really encouraging because basically you won't have duties. But because Australia is a country that is on value-added tax basis, so there is still a value-added tax, even though it is below the de minimis.
That's a big value of value of Australian dollars, because shipping to I think Indonesia is 3 USD or 8 USD to Indonesia. I can't recall.
3 USD.
Yeah, see, 3 USD to Indonesia.
USD.
So anything above 3, your customers gets taxed already. Okay, let's see if there are any other questions.
Comparatively, shipping into Malaysia is 500 ringgit.
500 ringgit. Not 800.
Yeah.
500 already. Okay. Yeah. 500. So, Kao, I see that you're typing here, but I don't think so. Hong Yi Xia is asking, from his understanding on this, basically the total cost of shipment will be shipment cost plus 50 Aussie dollars declaration. Can you clarify on that? You're on mute, Kaho, I see. Yes, you're on mute.
Yeah, I accidentally pressed it. Thank you. So if its cost of a shipment is basically the commodity value, so need not add the declaration cost to it. So it is what the customer or it is the cost of the value itself. Normally, how they would come up with such cost is the cost of the shipment, adding on to how customer will perceive a cost of a shipment is the cost of the item itself, and adding on the cost of bringing it to the location. So in the calculation of duty tax, they always go on the term of CIF, cost, insurance, freight, to determine to calculate the duty tax basis. So you get a cost of a shipments, you add on the cost of bringing the shipment into Australia.
Okay.
That's the freight part.
Okay.
And of course, they will assign a nominal value of the insurance to bring the shipment. That's in terms of the norm of the shipping flow, where custom would try to have a standardized approach towards the valuation of goods for calculation of duty tax.
So his follow-up question will be, Mr. Hong, any special import duty for certain items? I presume import duty going into Australia, Hong, to clarify that, you're not talking about goods coming in from Australia to Malaysia, right? You're talking about going into
Going to Australia.
Going to Australia.
So they have a table of various items will have various import duty. It is not a fixed one value.
Okay.
So now if you have an account with FedEx, you can actually go through one of our tools. You can type in some commodity, and then it can assist our shipper to actually identify what are the import duties in advance of your shipping. So we have those shipping tools within our portfolio of tools that can help the merchants and help everybody.
So if I were to register an account with FedEx and successfully register an account, is there any credits I need to put up in order for me to use your dashboard to understand the the prices, the rates, and all? Do you have that kind of requirements?
You mean you need to pay to use the service?
Yeah.
No. No.
Good.
We encourage trade.
Okay, very good.
And we basically what we hope to achieve is really to make your shipment to be as trouble-free as possible.
Yeah.
So that's why the tools to enable that, to allow our shipper to self-serve, make it easy to reach out, things like that.
Very good. So it's free to register to use, but you need some
to open up an
credentials.
account.
Yeah, you need to open an account. So to open up an account,
account,
you need a credentials. FedEx need credentials from us, like our SSM, that kind of documentation, right, Kaho?
Yes.
Okay. Do we need to pump in credits in order for us to start using shipments, book some shipments? No. Okay, good. That's good. But FedEx already give you that 200 ringgit for first 50 customers. Jessica, do you mind pop up that QR code again? And let's go for the other two questions from Eng Ho Ong. Can export fruits such as durian? Can
Yes, again, have to go through the agriculture approval.
Okay. But do you help with that?
FedEx does handle cold chain shipment. So I mean, there are two parts of this. So one is cold chain logistic, and the other is food. So cold chain, depending on how is it being moved, it will require a dry ice. So once it's into dry ice, it will be in the logistic section of it, they will term it as dangerous goods because it releases carbon dioxide.
Oh, it's considered as dangerous goods. Durian, seriously?
No, because of the way that it is being dry freeze. Now we need to you need to maintain the temperature.
Okay.
So to maintain the temperature, they will need dry ice. So dry ice releases carbon dioxide. Even though it is carried inside the plane, there needs to be a lot of planning to understand, okay, how much dry ice we are able to carry per flight.
I see. Well, thank goodness I'm not a durian lover. Now, next one. Hong has a question saying that, further to that, his follow-up question, he understood that there is a declaration charges from FedEx. Or was it under 1,000? We don't need the declaration charge. So your declaration, do you charge all your shipments, or is there a tiered basis, or is there a minimum that you need to charge? Sorry, who answered that? Oh, sorry. So if it's under 1,000 American dollars, do you have to pay the declaration charge, FedEx team? Maybe you guys answer. Because you know what he was trying to ask?
It is, yeah. It is covered in the slide. Just share back the slide.
on the declaration, right?
Yep.
Oh, so if less than 1,000, there's no, this one, no charge. Where is it?
Yeah. So it's in slide number 8.
Okay.
So if it's not all US dollar, it's Aussie dollar.
Aussie
It's
dollars.
less than Aussie dollar 1,000. So basically there will be no charge in terms of the processing.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Now, Brian is saying that the QR code doesn't work. Can the FedEx team prepare a link, a URL for them to go and paste it on the chat for easy for them? Some of them may not be able to scan, probably because maybe the screen is not HD or not sharp enough for our audiences to scan the QR code. Can FedEx team prepare that link to paste it on the chat, please?
And Carol, I'll do it.
Oh, thank you, Stella. Now, Sue is asking, Sue is our chef, a patisserie chef is asking, instead of dry ice, how about ice pack? Ice pack cannot lah. I would understand ice pack, they will melt, right? Kahal?
They are those chemical ice pack. So those are able to sustain on a longer time period compared to just normal ice pack, but may not be able to reach the temperature, the lower temperature range. So yes, there are different range of customer which uses that, and that is not considered as dangerous goods. But again, it falls back to what you are shipping, and is it able to retain the temperature setting to what is required.
Okay, interesting. So in the market, maybe you may not be the right person to answer this. What is the longest ice can sustain up to when you ship something overseas? Do you know?
Now, in our experience, we are shipping in close to 10 days. Close to 10 days sustainability.
10 days and the ice pack still intact.
Yeah, we
Wow.
able to sustain for 10 days. There's a lot of research and technology that goes into this. Not only the ice pack, but it's also the way and the method that how these are being packed. There are some proprietary packaging that need to come along with that. As you know, we are also handling shipping of those vaccines. So it comes in that arena, but where the requirement is really to ship to that requirement. So yes, it is able to reach the lower temperature range, but a lot of attention and as I said, some form of packaging and temperature control are actually in place.
So for FedEx cold chain, right? What are your delivery dates range arrive to Australia from Malaysia, from the point of shipping from Malaysia and arrive to Australia? How long does that take in your cold chain delivery?
Depending on the location, it ranges from I think currently 3. If I recall, I could not recall exactly the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends on the location of the destination. What is the postal code of it?
Okay.
That information, I think once you reach out to our customer experience team, they are able to give you a very accurate answer. So
Jessica, is there any last slides on how to get in touch with the FedEx team while I wrap up and share the audiences about what's upcoming next in our Go-eCommerce Pocket Talk series? Thank you, Kahal. Wait, there's 2 more questions here.
Yep.
Does the slide deck and video recording be shared and rewatched? Yes, anonymous attendee. Slides will be shared to you in my thank you note. I may not be able to send the thank you note today, but I'll be able to send. I'll wait for FedEx to give me the PDF slides for me to share. On the recording, we will share it on my YouTube channel. Once I did, I've got 2 videos to edit today, but I'm not free afterwards. So hopefully that we can do so. That I can do so in the weekend or from Monday onwards. Okay, so you can rewatch at this YouTube channel. So click on the link on the chat that Stella already shared on how you can immediately sign up and get the 200 ringgit voucher. Okay, and then the YouTube channel that I'm talking about, I'm going to put it up. Wait, my beloved assistant is being pulled over for data crunching right now. So I'm going to give you the YouTube channel for you all to subscribe so that you all keep in touch with the information. Next week, we will have another session on experiential commerce for retailers. So this is the link to the YouTube channel that has all the replays of all the Go-eCommerce Pocket Talk. Okay, so KKE Commerce also is here, so that's very good. Oh, there you go. Don't direct message me, Rizwan, just immediately type in the chat. Okay, thank you for that. We had 74 of you attended today, and I would like to share with you that I have been in contact by a e-commerce ecosystem about mental health, about revitalizing yourself, and they are giving a free blood test, basic blood test to everyone. Let me get the code first for you all. This is introduced by Patrick Wee from MDEC Group, Sinan Berhad. I'm going to share you the link. Take advantage of it and tell yourself, no obligation, okay? They just want you to be healthy so that you can, come back to work healthy and all. Okay, there you go. All right. So click on the link for you all to get Revitalize 360 by clinicruby.com. I go there often as well because mental health, working at home. So if there's no other question, thank you for those who attended today. Stay tuned. Subscribe to our newsletter as well. The group. Yes, Rizwan, you're here.
Can I do the last
You're
2
free.
minutes?
Yay.
Yes, sorry.
There you go.
Sorry guys. Okay, some note from sponsors. So here at MDEC, we have a few channels on how we interact with the e-commerce communities. We have a community that spans wide across all the partners, all the enablers, all the merchants as well. So there's a few channels for you to go. We actually have a DingTalk community that you can go to. Link is already at the chat. We also have closed FB groups. This is where we share information and so on. And definitely click and subscribe our newsletter. This is where we share programs such as today and all the upcoming programs that we're going to have. We up in store for you is we're going to have Pocket Talk on AI. That's very impressive. On augmented reality for your client, for your buyers to actually try and view your product via AR. So if you want to know more about AR, go and find out what is AR and subscribe to us. And don't forget, we have a Facebook, we have a YouTube link by yours truly, Carol. You can actually go, link, subscribe, and like if you like the content. So the every time you like the content, it tells us that you like our content, and so it gives us more encouragement to give you more knowledge. Okay, Carol, sorry.
Thank you, Rizwan. You made a good comeback. So thank you everybody for joining us. It's short, sweet, and simple. We finished this within an hour. Thank you to the FedEx team, Jessica, Kaho, Mark. Thank you for tuning in from Hong Kong. Nihir as well from Australia, who's answering the question by typing at the back. We hope that they've answered most of the inquisitive question that you have shared just now. Thank you to Lina, the rest, Jessica, for handling the slides and all. We hope that this session is not the last, but the first to understand how FedEx can help you. Okay, so that's it. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks for coming. So we stay tuned. So stay tuned to next week when we share the replays. But if you already subscribed, then the replays will be notified to you. Next week we'll send another newsletter out to everyone. We send our newsletters out. It's not every month. As long as there's enough events and contents for us to share, then Razwan is the man, my man, to send in the newsletters to the 47 subscribers. Yeah. Thanks again. Happy to hear FedEx have cold chain. Yeah, truly, Sue. Yeah. Can you provide all info in Q&A? Because can't copy the text. Can you provide all info in Q&A? Yeah, Karen, if this is such a request, I will extract out the Q&A from the Excel sheet of Zoom, and I'll paste it together in our thank you note so that it will be easily accessed to you. So this is the only request. I won't do that unless somebody requests. So I will do that in my thank you note with the slides together. Okay. Any other things, guys? Don't forget. Because this is a webinar, we do not limit you to. You can mute yourself. You can unmute yourself and ask questions to the FedEx team, or even ask us about MDEC stuff. This morning we just shared about the SME Digital Accelerator program, the SME Business Digital Grant, and the Technology Service Provider as well. But the audience this morning is not end user. The audience this morning is the enablers, the people from Click Asia, Shopify. So the audience was a different audience. Okay. If there is a need for you all to understand those grants, then I will have personally invited our colleagues to come and share to you what is SME digital. I will send because they share me the file this morning in a PDF. I'll share it to you also when I do my thank you note. Okay, it's still open. There's no deadlines yet. Okay. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you to the FedEx team. Well done in helping us in a Q&A. Rizwan, you have a very good supportive Australia backdrop that you designed. Yeah, man. Very good. Thanks, Brenda, for coming. Thanks, Brian, for the questions. Thank you, everybody. So with this, I would like to wrap up. And thank you again for joining us. Please stay tuned to the subtitles later at the comment section. We see you next Friday. Next Friday, we talk about the augmented reality. Yao Boon is from Next Tech AR. They will share about how you can use augmented reality for your products, especially products. Amazing demo that he showed to us this morning to the enablers. And the following weeks, we'll be going to Amazon Middle East with Roman. And another one will be Green Ocean Strategy. Okay. Hong is saying, or like those backdrop looks like North Korea theme or like Cultural Revolution in China during the 60s. Okay lah. Thanks for the support, guys. So happy Friday, happy TGIF Friday, and have a great weekend. We are going back to work to the office next week onwards. So we hope that we'll bring you more exciting news again. Bye, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Carol. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Carol. Bye-bye.
No problem.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, FedEx team. Take care.